Spark My Life. Today is going to be a super quick video. I'm just going to show you how I made my homemade fresh salsa. It is really very easy to make, and it's quite tasty, and in other words, it tastes much better than that pre-made stuff that you tend to buy at the grocery store. And it would also save you some money, because sometimes just a small little pint of salsa can cost you, I don't know, $3-4 or something like that, and you can make that so easy with probably spending half the money, and is much better for you because it has less preservatives, and it's just tastier. Anyhow, we're gonna start with 1 white onion. I already peeled the outer skin, and I cored it also. You just basically take a knife and you go like this, and then you go like this, and then that's it. Your onion is ready. Then I have some fresh cilantro. I'm really happy with the cilantro that I've been getting at Aldi's. I like the fact that it is sealed. One of my pet peeves about Publix is that their cilantro, their parsley, all of the herbs and even some other produce are just open, and then they keep watering them. They keep spraying them with water because supposedly it keeps them fresh. But what ends up happening is that when you get home and you put it in the refrigerator, it doesn't last very long, because I guess all that extra water that has, it's easier for it to get rotten. So I like the fact that all these has the bag. It would be nice if they had a bag that you could seal and unseal, but this is the next best thing, and that it keeps the what do you call it, the cilantro nice and fresh. It's not wet, soggy. The bag has a couple of little openings, so I guess it breathes. I don't know if you can call it breathing, but anyway, it keeps it nice, and like this, it's going to last me, sometimes even over a week. So I really like, and it's actually much cheaper too than at Publix. I mean, I think that this little thing was like 99 cents versus Publix, which charges 129, 159. They keep changing the prices all the time. Anyhow, and then I have some tomatoes. We're going to use 3 tomatoes this time, I believe. And what I basically do, I have this little chopper. It has this blade, and then you just kind of like beat on it. It's similar to what I think I used to have one from Pamper Chef, and I used to love it, but then it broke, and then I didn't know the person anymore, and then I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna buy one. And I think I just bought this at a regular department store. It works just fine. I still like the Pamper Chef better. I think it was a little bit, the blades were sharper, but this will do its job. You don't need anything super fancy. So I'm gonna quarter the onions. And I may not even use all of these onions. It all depends how much onions you guys like too. You can make it to taste. Now I'm gonna put some of my extra ingredients here, and I have a beautiful pepper here, and I cut it in the middle, and I'm gonna just take out the seeds. Here it is. I'm probably going to just use half of it, because just to give it a nice little, bite, nothing too strong, because it can be, depending on who's going to be eating the salsa, you do not want it to be spicy. So anyway, what I do is I put a little bit of the cilantro. I put some of the onion. Actually, let's put the onion a little bit more. Some of the cilantro. Actually, you can put the cilantro at the bottom to make it easier to chop. And then the tomato, again, I just take this out like this. And there you go. And I cut it in 4 pieces just to make it, with the Pampered Chef, I didn't have to do all of this extra work, but it's okay. Because I guess the blade is not as sharp on this chopper that I got. And then I'll just do this again. I'm just looking for just a little bite, nothing too strong. And then I just scoop it all in here. I may have put a little bit too much. Let's take out one of the, there you go. You press it down firmly, and then you just do this. It's gonna get a little loud. And what I do is I just keep twirling it like this to make sure that the stuff moves around. And then I lift it a little bit to change See? Yeah, I see that there's, there you go. See, starting to, this has a lot of onion. So what I do is, the first round has a lot of onion, and then what I do is mostly just tomato by itself, and then I just keep on adding that. See? Look how nice and minced it is. It's got a nice little consistency. Now, I mean, if you like your salsa extra chunky, then, you know, you can just take a look-see and see, well, you know what, this could be enough. There's some stuff that is right here. I just use my finger to just put it back down. And there you go. It's rich. The nice consistency that I wanted to have. Then, just gonna put it here. So you can see it's mostly white. That has a lot of the onions. So I think that that's gonna be just the right amount of onion for me to put in there. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and do tomatoes by themselves for the time being, so that I can start getting some of that salsa thing going. I mean, this process, once you get it down to what you call it, you can do it quickly. And of course, if you have a better chopper, it's better. Now I have a bullet, and I try to do it on the bullet, and it just didn't work out, because what ends up happening, for some reason, the blades are so strong that it literally, even if you just put it for seconds, it just pulverizes the salsa, and then the salsa gets this like foamy texture, and it's just, it loses its chunkiness. And you know, for the tomato, you do want to have you know, some chunkiness in it, so that's what makes it tasty. Can do what I'm doing right now. See, I mix it like that just to rearrange it, and now I think it has the nice consistency that I want. And now I'm gonna just put it here, and I'm just gonna keep on doing that until I have enough of the tomatoes. See, that's beautiful. It needs more tomatoes, so the good news is that I have a lot of tomato that I needed to use. They're extra ripe, so I really, unless you're making you know, spaghetti sauce, your own spaghetti sauce, those would also be great for, but since I'm not planning on making anything like that, I want to use all of these tomatoes to make my salsa. And then the great thing is that the salsa can last. Actually, I had some of my salsa last a couple of weeks. So, I mean, it all depends how I loves it. There you go. And like I said, if you probably had a chopper that is a little bit, you know, the blades are sharper, you probably wouldn't have to do as much, because like I said, when I had my Pampered Chef, I was able to do it in literally 5 minutes, just after pumping it, you know, 5-6 times. And it was a little bit bigger. It takes more at a time. There you go. See, it has that nice chunkiness to it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add it again. All that good stuff. Wow, so see, I already have quite a bit in here. And you just mix it. There you go. I think I'm just going to add one more tomato. Well, I have to use all of these tomatoes, so. So I'm going to have to keep on pumping away. And now I think I'm going to add a couple more leaves of cilantro. And maybe, maybe a little bit more of this. Let's see. There's nothing like having the fresh taste of cilantro. It's just so yummy when it comes to making salsa. then the rest of the ingredients that you're going to put. This is about the longest part, or the more labor intensive part that comes to making salsa. And some people might say, I just rather buy the jar. But like I said, I hate that taste of store-bought salsa. It's just like, even if you buy the fresh one from Publix deli section, it's still, and I used to buy that one, but I mean, it was better than buying the Tostitos or whatever brand that is, which comes very pasty and kind of gross. There's just something about using fresh ingredients. It's better for you, it's healthier, and it is tastier. And that's the great thing. And on top of that, it lets you use produce that would otherwise go to waste. See, these tomatoes were getting very ripe, so they are perfect for salsa. And then I don't have to throw them in the garbage. Instead, I made a nice, healthy salsa. There you go. Look at that. It has a nice mix. When you see a little the green of the cilantro, so you don't want to put too much cilantro. Some people don't like a lot of cilantro, but we like the cilantro in our salsa. See, when it's, if you do little by little, see, those two pieces took less because they were smaller. There you go. We're done. So now the fun part begins, which is the easy seasoning. Put this away. Okay, here's my spoon. Twirl it around like this. Look at that beautiful consistency of fresh salsa. Like I said, this is like restaurant quality salsa. And the next thing we're going to do is just going to add a couple of ingredients to it. One of them is half a lime. You can put a whole lime too, depending on how much lime you like on your salsa. But I do about half a lime. And this lime was actually nice and very juicy, which is great. There you go. Then we add just a little bit of salt. Don't go crazy on the salt, but little by little. I just do a couple of sprinkles like this. And then mix it up. And the last thing that I put on it is cumin. I can use already pre-made cumin, but I like to keep in stock some of my fresh one, especially when I'm making salsa and when I'm gonna be cooking like meat and things of that nature. So I have some cumin here, I think that I did the other day. And it will last. You have it, you put it in a little jar like this, sealed. It will last. I mean, you can put the regular ground stuff too. That's not a problem. I just happen to have that, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it. And then what I like to do is I like to taste it. Nice. It needs a little bit more salt. And that's how I add the salt. I don't go crazy. And I put a little bit of pepper. And if you don't happen to have lime, the cheat sheet is that you can use vinegar to give it just a little hint of tartiness. I mean, the tomatoes have a lot of acid in it already, but they just need that extra little something. Let's see. Perfect. And I'm gonna add one last dash. Also, if you're using tortilla chips that are heavy on the salt, you don't need as much salt on the salsa, because then it's just gonna be too much salt for you. So let's see. Yummy. Perfect. And there, it is ready to be served. Now, typically this takes me probably about 10-15 minutes to make. I don't know how long it took me right now, but probably about that amount of time. And as you can see, I have 3 tomatoes made a really big bowl. I don't know how to show you, but there you go. A big bowl. And what I do then is I'll serve some for dinner, and then I put some in a Tupperware and close it. And then whenever we need a nice little snack, we just go ahead and use the salsa. Also, it tastes great if you like Western omelets and things of that nature. You can also top this on your omelet in the morning for breakfast. And other than that, you can enjoy it also with your dinner. You can put it on top of tacos, your enchiladas, and even your steak or chicken or whatever. So anyway, if you like salsa like we do. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this quick recipe. Any questions, feel free to message me or comment on the YouTube video that I'll be posting. And don't forget to subscribe, as well as like, share. I'm trying to get my subscribers up there, so I need more subscribers. So please spread the love and share my channel with your friends and family. And I think that this is about it. I'm gonna go ahead and start having some nice chips and salsa just before dinner. Won't ruin my appetite. I just have a few. Anyway, have a wonderful day and make it spark. That is your life.